Hey kiddies, a big warm welcome to you. If it is your first time joining us, we are so excited to have you. And if you have had a birthday this week, then this is for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. And who are you?
My name is Kyle. Who are you?
Hello, Kyle. I am the Detective Goose. I suppose I am here to ask you some questions.
Questions about what exactly?
Well, you see, I am trying to discover what the Bible tells us about who God is. And now I hear he is a promise keeper, and I want to know what is so special about being a promise keeper.
I can tell you anything about the promise keeper from the Bible. I know lots about that actually.
Well, that is fantastic. Can you please tell me how keeping a promise is so fantastic?
Okay. Actually, I want to tell you about a story that God gave us a promise and you've seen it. You just don't know that it's a promise from God.
Okay, and what is this?
So, long time ago, there was a man. His name was Noah. Noah was a man, he was a good man. He didn't sin all the time and he loved God. He really, truly followed God. But you see, everybody else around him did not. They were very sinful people. I mean, they did not follow God at all. And so God decided he's going to kill everybody. I mean, everybody.
Stop right there. So God actually wanted to kill everybody?
Yes, because everybody was just so sinful. And they didn't follow God. And I mean, this is God. We're talking about God who created all of us. Okay, so let me get back to my story.
Go on.
So then God decides to save Noah and Noah's family. And then it says to Noah in Genesis 9 that he must build this boat and then take the animals 2 by 2 into the boat, and he's going to send this flood over the world. I mean, we talk about rain for days and days and days to the point where there's no land. I mean, imagine that. Imagine as far as you can see, it's just water. And so God basically killed everybody else excepting for Noah and his family. And he said, I'm going to start from scratch with this one family.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. The whole earth was covered in water.
Completely.
So all of the land, all of the continents were covered in water.
For over a month.
Okay, I don't know how that is possible, but please continue.
Anyways, so at the end of this, God looked at it and he was actually kind of sad because, I mean, he loved people and he loves us. And so he decided he's going to make a promise with Noah. And he said, I will never, ever cause a flood to cover the whole earth again. Never. And I'm going to make you a promise. I'm actually going to give you a reminder of this promise that you're going to see. Do you know what that promise was?
That he's never ever going to flood the earth again.
He gave us the rainbow to remind us that he will never ever flood the earth again.
So the rainbows in the sky that is so beautiful is actually from God?
Yes.
And it is a promise from God, a reminder?
It is. But you know, there's more to the story than just that. Because every time we see the rainbow, we don't just think about the ark and Noah and all the animals in the ark. We remember that God absolutely so loved the world that he says, I'm going to go one step further. I'm not just going to never flood the earth again. I'm actually going to make a way so that people, because let's be honest, we all still sin. Hey? And oftentimes we don't follow God the way we should.
I think I'm perfect, but go on.
Anyways, so I didn't do anything. You saw nothing.
I am a detective. I see everything.
So what God did is he said, I'm actually going to send my son, Jesus Christ, to die on the cross. So the next time when you sin, I'm not going to be cross about how sinful you are and then going to want to kill you. I'm still going to be cross, but my son, Jesus Christ, who is perfect, is going to pay for the price. And so instead of us dying by a flood, Jesus Christ died on a cross. And so now when God looks at us, it's no longer about our sin, but it's about Jesus who died on the cross for us. And so he said, I'm going to give you a different promise. He said, I'm going to promise you that if you believe in me, that you will have everlasting life because Jesus Christ is going to pay the price. And so you can live forever. Do you know that?
So, God makes more than one promise?
Yes.
And He's kept every single promise?
All the way through.
That is amazing. I'm trying to understand this. I'm trying to wrap my head around this. This is absolutely amazing. Go on.
Because God is amazing. And so next time when you sin and you see a rainbow in the sky, remember that God's made a promise to never ever flood the earth again, but also that He promises to give you everlasting life if you believe and trust in Him. And that is the greatest promise that we can ever have.
That is absolutely amazing. I have a new love for rainbows now, and I am going to keep my eye open for the rainbows and remember the promises of God. Thank you very much, Carl. Remember, I will be back to ask some more questions.
Thank you very much, Detective Goose. Bye.
Hey kiddies, I really hope that you guys enjoyed the story today. So I have this really cool experiment that I want to show you guys to remind you guys of the promises that God has for us. So you see here, it doesn't look that fantastic. It actually kind of looks just kind of like a mess over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of God into the mixture. And let's see what happens when we put God first. That is insane! It looks like a rainbow, just like what God sent Noah to remind him of the promises that He has for us. How super cool is that? So guys, remember, if ever you feel like you can't remember the promises from God, think of the rainbow and you will be reminded of the eternal promises that God has for us. So, if you guys have learned your memory verse, then you'll know. If not, it is from Psalms 34 verses 8. Taste and see that the Lord is good. Oh, the joy of those who take refuge in Him. Remember to learn your memory verse, guys. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this week's lesson. It was super exciting. Please, kiddies, remember to have your craft packs ready so that we can do our crafts together now. And don't forget to send me a photo. Can't wait to see you guys next week. Bye.